Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia. I am an Akashic Records channeler. I have been reading the records for years now, and I am choosing to now share my messages with the collective. I've been getting the message from my own guides to create a YouTube channel and share my messages and my little tips and my nuggets of wisdom and things that I've learned along the way with you guys. So here we are, and I thought that I would make my first video on a March energy forecast. I know we're already a few days in, but better late than never. So here we go. I went ahead and jotted some points on my notebook, and I'm just going to go down one by one. This is what we can expect as the collective for the month of March. So the first thing that comes up is March is just another fast-moving month. It feels like it was just New Year's and all of a sudden we're in March. Time is being experienced quicker, and that's going to keep going throughout the year, but especially, March is very much a continuation of January and February. And January really was the start of this dismantling, this extreme discomfort that I think most people can feel into, that there's just this general discomfort in the collective around the world. Yeah, it's been crazy. It feels like from as soon as January 1st hit, it was like, put your roller skates on, we're going. It's going quick. So roller coaster, fast paced, strap in. My guides keep comparing the month of March to a roller coaster where you really have no choice. Like, you can't get off. Once you're on and once you're going, you're going. So they're suggesting just put your harness in, strap in, get comfortable, and just ride out the waves. We have to ride the waves. It's going to be a little discombobulating. It's going to feel a little scary. There is so much information coming at us left and right, and it creates this feeling of lack of control, which is very triggering for a lot of people. So it's really important during this time to zoom out. They keep saying zoom out and keep perspective when you are starting to spiral in fear and panic. Even if it's not your own, you might not be able to locate exactly where it's coming from. It might be that you're picking up from the collective angst that's going on. So when you're feeling like you're just so deep in this pit, it's really important to take a step back, zoom out, create, look from the higher perspective. Pam Gregory is an astrologer that I love to watch, and she always says to zoom out and keep the eagle eye, be on your eagle's perch, to watch and observe, but try not to get sucked into it. They're also comparing this month to the birth process, where you have to the only way out is through. So you have to just hang in there, let everything purge out. There's a lot of purging going on this month, individually and collectively. And it's like when you're doing a detox and you feel way more crappy the first few days or week, and then afterwards you feel amazing. That's what we're doing. We're detoxing. We are detoxing. Society, the collective level is detoxing lies and secrets and just really negative energies. We're detoxing those. That's why everything's coming up to the surface lately. That's why it feels like there's just been bad news after bad news after bad news. Everything's coming up to the surface. That's going to continue this month as well. No secrets. They're saying no secrets. There's not going to be anywhere for secrets to hide. The shadows are getting illuminated. This is also in the collective or individual. So everything I say for the collective is also reflected in the individual. You might not be feeling every single one of these points, but there's likely to be something in this list that's going to resonate with you and that you're going to experience this month. So you might also notice that maybe there's something that you've been keeping secret or haven't wanted people to know about, and it's feeling harder and harder to keep it. It feels like you're having to you keep having to shove it in a box, but it's wanting to come out. that's really the name of the game for this whole year, is secrets, lies, deceptions coming to the surface. Maybe you learn something from a loved one that's really uncomfortable for you to learn. Maybe you feel betrayed. Maybe you were lied to. All of that stuff is coming up even more so this month. Which brings me to the next point, which is feel it to heal it. It's really important this month to, it's always important, but especially this month, to not run away from your emotions, to not bypass them. Don't shove them down. You need to feel them and let them work their way out of your body. You might even feel it's as if the emotion rises up, and maybe it feels like it gets stuck here and there's like it's not budging anymore. You can mindfully kind of coax it along and let it go through the rest of the chakras until it goes out and it is worked through and it's now out of your system. Doesn't mean it's never going to come back again, but as these emotions and uncomfortable things come up, it's important to move them through your body. Wounds coming to the surface, especially around lack and scarcity. So anywhere in your life that you just have a tendency to feel lack or scarcity about. It could be time. Maybe you feel like there's never enough time. Money. Maybe money has been a really tricky lesson for you, or tricky energy to master. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe you feel like you don't have the freedom you wish you had, or love. Maybe you feel like you're not having the deep, meaningful, fulfilling relationships that you desire. Anything that is around scarcity or lack is going to come up this month, and it's going to feel very uncomfortable. They're even saying rattling, like it might rattle you, it might shake you. This is to shake you awake, because anywhere where there is this discomfort, where there is this lack and scarcity mindset, it is coming up so that we can acknowledge it and heal it, so we can work through it. And then if what we're doing is feeling it and then shoving it back down, it's going to keep coming up, and it's going to get louder and louder and louder until eventually it hits you over the head, and you have to listen. That is a very strong theme this month. So that's not to scare anybody, but it's to give you the power to know that if these things are coming up, now you know why and you know what to do. The best thing to do, what my guides are saying right now, is really, it's the acknowledgement that is enough right now. You don't need to do any fancy rituals. You don't need to go see healers. You don't need to go, like, I don't know, do whatever you see on TikTok that people are doing to clear energy. All you need to do really right now is just acknowledge it and feel it. Truly feel it. Feel the discomfort. Feel the fear. Feel the panic, let it come up, let it move through you, and then reestablish your safety, or reestablish your like abundance mindset. Asking yourself questions like, is this true? What can I, look around, what can I see around me that debunks what I'm feeling? Finding places in your life that prove that you do have an abundance of money, time, love, freedom, whatever it is that's coming up. The next theme is more truths coming to light, and it may bring discomfort. This feels like it's very much a part of the collective, especially things in Hollywood and politics. It's already been so much has been coming up, but it feels like there's going to be more disclosure coming in May. But it feels like it's going to be uncomfortable disclosure. It's not going to be, it's good that this stuff is coming out, but it's going to shake a lot of people into, like, people who have had kind of a naive faith in the system or in society are going to be a little shaken by the truths coming out, just because it's going to start dismantling their belief systems and what they've always believed and known throughout their entire lives. So if you are someone who is already kind of further along in your awakening journey, maybe you are already aware of a lot of the lies and deceptions that are out there. And so this isn't going to be news to you. Maybe it's actually going to feel really good and validating and freeing for you to hear these things, and for everybody else to hear them too, so they can stop thinking you're crazy. that's going to be a big thing this month, is more people waking up to the truth, which is going to be hard. And so those of us who are a little bit further along in this journey, it's our job to help people through this transition, because I remember, maybe you remember, how scary and hard it was when we first woke up and all of a sudden saw things for more of what they were. I still don't think anyone knows the full story of everything, but we start seeing the cracks in the stories, and we start going down the rabbit holes of conspiracy theories and whatnot, and we start seeing how the world really is. And it's scary, and it makes you feel very alone if you don't have a good system around you. So it's our job now to be that for other people, to be what we needed for the mass awakenings that are going on right now, because that's the last point on my list, is mass awakening. It's going to continue. People are waking up in the droves, and it looks different for everybody. It's not going to look the same for everybody. And it may start in a different area than yours did. Like maybe your awakening started with spirituality. Maybe their awakening is beginning with politics. Maybe they're starting to see, the truth in politics. Maybe it's about everything coming out in Hollywood and the disgusting, horrible things that are going on. Just hold compassion and space for these people. It's not going to be easy, but it is necessary for the next phase of ascension, for the next phase of human evolution, because the world is changing. We are changing as humans and as society. And during those changes, there is some dismantling and discomfort, and things have to, like the houses of cards have to fall down. They were never built to last. They weren't built on stable ground. So that's going to keep happening pretty much throughout the whole year. I feel like the first half is really where it's feeling very jarring for people, and the second half is more of like a rebuilding energy. But March we're in it thick and heavy. So they are advising you to, if possible, hold off on any major decisions. If you can wait a month or two, do so. If not, don't worry, don't get scared. Make sure you're tuning in to your own guidance system. Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. Know the difference between intuition and fear and anxiety, because fear and anxiety is not your intuition. It is not telling you what to do or what not to do. Your intuition is neutral and it's quick and instant. So if you have this revolving thought in your mind, this anxiety, this fear of something happening, it's most likely that's just your ego. That's just your human self that is trying to keep you safe. So don't confuse that for intuition. Your intuition can be felt in your chest. It can be felt in your stomach. It's usually down here. So the things that are coming from up here, from your mind, the thinking, if you had to think your way to a solution, then it doesn't mean it's bad or wrong, but that's not intuition. That's your mind. So just wanted to put that out there. Further division. So it's loud right now. The division, the fighting. Everybody thinks they know what's right. Everybody is on, they're holding, not everybody, but if that's what it feels like, is the people who have their really, really strong beliefs are digging their heels in the sand, and there's clashing. There are heads banging together. That's going to continue and elevate this month. Lots of division, lots of fighting, lots of bickering. It's important to distance yourself from that. Do not put yourself in those situations. Don't contribute to conversations that are arguments and fighting, especially online. Distance yourself. If you're reading threads of people just going at it, it's not going to feel good. Get out and ground and get away from that conversation. Division is not going to help us during this time. Unity is what we need. We need to come together. And of course, it's part of the process. The division and the fighting is going to end up helping us in the long run, but just try not to engage in it. Engage in unity, send love, even if the people don't agree, or even if you don't agree with what the people are arguing for or against, just send love, stay on your eagle's perch, and don't get sucked into it. The last point I have before I sign off is psychic gifts coming online. So that comes hand in hand with the mass awakenings. You may have been awakened for quite a while and might be saying, well, I'm not psychic, I don't have gifts, I never figured out what my gifts are. They're starting to come online louder and clearer continuing through this month. It's not going to stop, but you may be one of the people who all of a sudden understands how you receive information, because that's often a big part of why people think they're not psychic. I'm here to say everybody is psychic. If you are born, if you are a human, you are psychic, because you're not only a human, you are a spirit. You're a spirit having a human experience. So it is your natural right. It's your natural state to be connected to spirit. But many of us have that either turned off or dampened, or we have these high expectations of what our gifts should look like that we don't even hear the information coming through. That was my problem when I was waking up and developing my psychic gifts. I kept thinking it was going to be loud and clear, and I was going to see things with my eyes and hear things with my ears, and that's not how it is for me. I had to figure out my individual unique way that I receive messages, and for me it's very subtle and it's very easy to miss. So that might be your experience as well, so just think about that. There may be some people who their psychic gifts actually spark their awakening. Some people might experience a sudden awakening, like from one day to the next, all of a sudden you're hearing voices, or you're seeing things from the corner of your eye, or you just know things, and that can feel very discombobulating. That might be what sparks somebody's awakening, is all of a sudden they can hear things, see things. It can feel very overwhelming. So if that's you, I would just recommend that you do your research. There's countless free stuff online all about spiritual awakenings and developing your gifts and what to do with them and how to hold your boundaries and how to tune them down if you need to, or whatever. So it's your responsibility to do your research, and if you need support, to find people who can support you in that. That is it for the month of March. Just to finalize, it's gonna be heavy, and it's going to feel, it's almost like it'll feel like the Instant Pot is about to blow. Like the pressure is just going to be through the roof. And so it is more important than ever to ground, to eat well, and to hydrate, because your body is also going through major shifts and major purging, and you may feel crappy this month. You may feel like you are going through a detox, tired, irritable, headaches, joint aches, all of that stuff it's called, what do they call it? The spiritual flu or something like that. Ascension flu. I don't know. It's these ascension symptoms. And it's not uncommon. So you may be feeling that way, and it's really important to support yourself. So like I said, water is really, really important, but not just plain old water, because that's just going to go straight through your system and not really do anything. So make sure you are drinking electrolytes. Just like a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of salt in your water can be very hydrating. Try to limit your processed foods and eat as many foods from the earth as you can. Whole foods, and sleep. That's another thing. Sleep may be disrupted this month. We may be experiencing bouts of insomnia, which is no fun. But that's, just think of it as like upgrades going on through your body, like these upgrades and like healing and stuff in your body. It can keep you awake and it can make you feel, especially if your psychic gifts are coming online, it can feel like a rush of energy and information. So grounding is going to help you with that as well. Light exercise, getting out in the sunlight if you have access to that, feet on the ground, that kind of stuff is very, very important this month, more so than ever. And with that, I'm going to sign out. Thank you for watching this. If you made it to the end of the video, this is my first ever YouTube video, and I apologize if it was kind of choppy and awkward and my setup isn't the most glamorous, but we're doing it, and I'll get better and things will improve. And yeah, I do have some one-on-one sessions available, so if you are interested in that, the link is in somewhere, my bio or whatever. And until then, I will see you next time. I love you. Bye.